I'm Devleena Ghosh. I'm a mindful, strategic thought leader and a clinical psychologist, and I specialize in couples therapy. I help urban women deal with their relationship issues. Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about what is this toxicity in a relationship. Everybody is talking about toxic relationships these days. People know words like narcissists, codependents, they're reading about it, watching YouTube videos about it. But what is exactly toxicity in a relationship? I have a disclaimer for today's video, and the disclaimer is to understand toxicity in a family situation or in a relationship, we also need to understand family differences between the ones in the West and a typical Indian family. I'll be talking about what toxic relationships are in perspective to urban Indian families or relationships. First sign of toxicity in a relationship is where one starts feeling a complete lack of support. Yes, and this support feels one-sided. The support often feels like it's never coming. It could be financial support, it could be emotional support, it could be any support. It could be support in terms of helping out with chores, responsibilities, but feeling this lack of support constantly over a period of time is a sign of toxicity. The second sign of a toxic relationship is there is too much conflict. There's conflict in everything. The moment there is any conversation happening, it has to end in a conflict. There is no agreeing to anything. It's almost like the other person is waiting to disagree with you. The third sign of a toxic relationship is very heartbreaking. That's the point where it really, I think, starts hurting a lot more. When the other is constantly undermining all your efforts. It's as if the other person has made up his or her mind that I am not going to understand the other and the effort the other is making. It's never good enough. You are never good enough for the other. That's a sure sign of toxicity. The fourth sign of toxicity that I very rampantly see in many urban Indian couples is this element of competition. We usually think of competition outside. We think of healthy competitions and unhealthy competitions. But imagine being in a relationship where you're always competing with each other. You're pitching one against the other. The fifth sign of toxicity in a relationship is feeling used. When one person starts feeling used by the other, when one person starts feeling that I am only good when I am of some good. So that constantly being taken for granted, constantly being used, constantly being needed for a reason. Without that reason, you're not going to get the validation or the love or the approval or the appreciation. That is a short sign of toxicity. Now, if you are an urban Indian man or a woman, this video of mine is for you. I want you to go over this video and see if any of these signs apply to you. And if they do, you realize that it is a toxic relationship. But that's not the end of the world. If you realize, that's the moment you can do something about it, and change begins at that very moment. In my next video, I'll be talking about how to make a shift from a toxic relationship to a non-toxic one. So stay tuned.